freshmen, probably the second most freshmen in the country this year. And we're watching guys like Blackson, Sigler, Enrique. A lot of those guys are starting to grow up now. So from game 1 to game 12, game 13 now, tremendous strides. And in this last, 2 or 3 weeks for practice for the bowl game, it's been like going to spring ball again for us. So it's a different team. And then next year, these guys, I always said guys improve probably about 100% from their freshman year to their second year. Older guys, as they get older, if you look at Emory, his first season, and Whitaker, their first season, they all struggled in the beginning of the season, but they don't look like that second year player. 100% difference. So that's what we're starting to see now. Our younger guys are starting to get older, and this has allowed us to get an extra spring ball for our young guys to keep playing. So there's been a tremendous improvement with our defense.
Just to piggyback on what Coach Dick said, just the young guys is getting better, and just the defense as a whole is just, you can just see, the intensity, the tempo, just, everybody just got their mindset on winning, and that's the goal that we got.
Okay, back here in the front right here.
Yeah, got another one from Thig. With Gene being the defensive coordinator here the last few weeks, do you feel like he's more personally invested in what's going to happen on Saturday defensively? I mean, do you feel like he's pouring more of himself into what's going to happen on the field?
Oh, yes, no doubt. And it's shown in the hours that we're spending time on it. He played linebacker. Chase played linebacker in college at Florida, and he's taken a tremendous interest in our young guys, and as well as the old guys with the Toro. And you'll see it. I mean, Toro is communicating the best I've ever seen. And he's out there making checks, and he's having fun doing it. Cheese is on him. He's intense. They're taking a lot of pride in their technique and asking all the right questions. And it's fun to watch them. I mean, those guys are taking a lot of pride with Cheese out there on their butts every day. And so for us guys, with Cheese out there, it's been our D coordinator. Yes, there's been a lot of intensity and a lot of coaching going on and a lot of film work. The guys taking a lot of pride in coming in extra time and taking some time out to study Virginia this week.
Okay, right here in the second row.
Yeah, this is for Thig and for Gus. Thig, talk a little bit about Virginia's offense, what they're trying to do, maybe confusing secondaries, and for Gus, if you talk a little bit about what you see on the defense.
What we're seeing is a team that doesn't allow you to do much on defense. With all the shifting and the motions, they create a lot of confusion. So if you have a young team like we have, it limits you. You're watching teams that are not playing very much man coverage versus because of the shifts and the motions and the misfits. So we've got to be pretty vanilla, and communication is key. They take a lot of pride in running football, and that's been Virginia's MO ever since I was in high school. I'm from Virginia, so I was recruited by Virginia back in the days, and it doesn't seem like they've changed much at all as far as run the ball, play action. But they do a tremendous job. The offensive line is big, they're strong, kind of look like an SEC team. And they run the ball, take a lot of pride in running that football. So for us, communication's got to be right on point, and we can't bust any assignments.
Coach Malzahn.
Yes, Virginia's defense is very sound. They're very impressive up front. They play a great run defense, especially in between the boxes. Try to keep things in front of them, and they try to make you earn it, and very few big plays. And at the same time, they'll pick and choose when they pressure. And they do a very good job pressuring, but I'm very impressed. They're well coached. You can tell the guys, they know what they're doing, they know the situations, and they're going to make you earn it.
Okay, back here in the back.
It's for Emory. Going back from last year, a year ago this time you guys were preparing to play a national championship into the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Did this year turn out the way you thought it was for the team, and also or the way it would be, the way you thought it would be for the team, and also for you personally? I know you battled their injuries and didn't get a chance to do as much as you'd like.
As for the team, of course we had high expectations. Every team's goal should be to go undefeated and go to the national championship. But for us, that wasn't the case this year. And I believe we played to the best of our ability, and our coaches coached to their best ability. And here we are. So this week's our focus, and we're trying to win the game. But as far as me, a little disappointed that I got injured, but injuries happen. And you got to bounce back, and I'm just trying to get back to 100%.
Okay, over here on the side.
Coach Thigpen and Coach Malzahn, you guys had the experience last year of coaching here in the Dome for the championships game. Contrast that experience with coming for a week here to Atlanta, checking in the hotel, all the activities, practicing here in the Dome. Can you talk about the difference in those two experiences?
Coach Thigpen.
Our preparation has been the same, and that's always been our focus. you know, our focus is to win the football game. We were in the national championship last year. Our focus was to win that game. We treat this the same way. We come here to win the game here versus Virginia. So all week long, we've been in there studying films just like we studied versus Oregon last season. As a matter of fact, I think we're putting more time this year in preparation for Virginia than we did against Oregon. You know, we started our game plan a couple of weeks ago, and it's continued on all the way up till last night. So our preparation has been probably, I think, actually better for us as a team, this young football team that we have.
Coach Malzahn, comments on the facilities?
Yeah, this is, of course, last time we were here, we had a great experience. So there's a lot of great memories. It is one of our players and coaches' favorite place to play. And this is where they play the SEC championship game. So really looking forward to playing here, and hopefully we can have another good experience.
Okay, right here in the front.
Jeffrey, you guys had maybe the youngest bunch of defensive tackles around this season. Could you just talk about how far you've come as a group and how you see the future?
We came a long way, you know, like what Coach Thigpen said earlier, you know, last year, because this group's been together, you know, this is our second year, you know, first year starting together, but last year, you know, the struggles and everything, but coming along this year, you know, started off kind of, you know, not that much expectation, you know, level that everybody thought, but surprised a lot of people. But this group, the potential of this defensive line is through the roof. I mean, they have the Corey and the Nosa Igwe and Ken Carter and myself, and with the Blacksons and Gabe Wrights, and I mean, it looks pretty good. The future's looking bright, but the deal is we're trying to showcase our talent, you know, Saturday, and let everybody know what the future is going to look like.
Okay, where we going next? Right here in the middle.
Jeffrey, talk a little bit about the Virginia offensive line, what you've seen of them on film.
Very big offensive line. Look like an SEC offensive line. They're very big, powerful. They love to run the rock, so they like to come off the ball and use the hands and use the hat. And so, you know, the deal is going to be stopping the run, and we know what we got to do.
All right, back here right in the front.
This is for Jeffrey. You know, when Kenny Carter got beat out by Gabe Wright there late in the season, I was kind of thinking, we might not see much of him again because Gabe was such a big recruit. Talk about the way Kenny handled that and the way he's fought through these last 3 weeks and kind of got back on top.
Well, Ken handled it well. You know, he handled it like a professional. You know, the deal is we just go out there. You know, you leave it in the, you know, the coaches make the decision. You know who's going to play, but you just leave it in the coach's hand. But you do your job. You know, so Ken kept coming to practice, working hard. Kept improving, and he's back in the starting role.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, Gus, again, real quick. Can you talk about what your level of interaction has been with the players currently at Arkansas State, how much time you got to spend with them, and then also, second part, what in the recruiting world, what's the response been when you've called people to try to come to Arkansas State?
Well, first of all, I've got a chance to meet the team, speak to a few of them individually, not as many as I'd like, but you know, when I get back, we'll get right on that. The response has been great. Matter of fact, we've actually had some very good players call us, so we're very excited about the future, and we're really looking forward to taking that program to the next level.
Charles?
Coach Thigpen, you talked about Coach Chiswick's intensity as taking over the defense, and we've heard it from players all week. And has that been a bit of an eye-opener for you? Can you give any examples of, how is he different as a defensive coordinator in that role as opposed to the head coach?
He's very detail-oriented, and so, you know, Chiswick is this way. He's going to ask you a question to a player, you better have the answer, especially when he's going over. If he's going over for 30 minutes and he asks you that same question on the field and you don't answer it correctly, then you got to deal with it. So it makes guys accountable. You know, when they leave the meeting rooms, they go there, you can see guys scrambling through their notes and trying to make sure when they go on the football field that they're doing exactly what he told them to do when it transpires over to the field. And it's been intense. I mean, guys so when guys make a mistake, you can see them running over those kids to make sure that he knows that they know that they made a mistake or whatnot, but they know exactly what they did. And that's what he's making those guys accountable for when they're on the field. He's doing the same thing for us on the back end as well. Ask a lot of questions, and that's what you want as a player. You want those. You want guys to make you better. You want guys to, when you go in to lead the field, you want football to keep going in kids' mind. They go to their rooms and sit in their rooms. You want them to be thinking about the game and thinking about, what calls and checks to make on the field.
Okay, back on the back.
And for Gus too, but you talk about the experience you had playing in this bowl game, and how you remember, you said it was one of the best experiences you had. Talk about how important that is for college athletes to get a chance to do the bowl experience. And Gus, I know you've only been part of a few, but since but you've obviously coached in the biggest game too. Both of you guys talk about the bowl experience for players, and then even for coaches as well.
Well, I've had the experience of being home during the Christmas times, and that's the most awful feeling in the world. You'd rather be somewhere playing, and especially being in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. For me, it's another chance for our kids to get better, another chance to remind each other, and it's a reward for having a successful season. For me, again, I love going to bowl games. I love the gifts. I love going to my room and knowing that it's going to be Christmas time when I get there. It's been the bowl experience to me it's been as a personal coach. You love to get a chance to go win again, and that's what the Chick-fil-A Bowl has given us a chance to do.
Yeah, you work all year, and this is kind of a reward for the coaches and the players. And from a coach's standpoint, it's a lot of fun. Preparing, you got more time to prepare, enjoy the experience, but at the same time, you really want to end on a good note, and carry your momentum in for the next year.
All right, any more questions? Charles, back to you.
Coach Malzahn, can you talk about the work of Caleb and Trey Mason in seizing this opportunity, and do you have, you comfortable if you need a third option that you have one?
Well, we got big shoes to fill for both those guys, but I think they're up for the challenge. Ontario, and Trey have both practiced extremely hard. We're going to be asking a lot of those guys. At the same time, Quan Bray could possibly get some reps too. We'll just have to see how the game transpires, but those two guys will get the majority.
Guys, do you plan any kind of different rotation with the quarterbacks than what we saw during the season?
Anytime you've got a lengthy bit of time to evaluate, get more reps, you can see a couple different wrinkles and all that, but it'll pretty much be starting out status quo, and but we will have some different things that we didn't have during the season.
Where are we going next? Back here in the back, right here.
Jeff, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of talk about the milkshakes. You cut this last night, and Auburn coming out with their first win in the Battle of the Bulls series.
I guess it was a great experience. But the whole line made the milkshakes, and of course we as a team, we sat up and watched. I guess they had perfect technique making the milkshake. It was good.
Did anyone else actually get some